All right. Hey, everyone. This is Julie Sawyer. I am a trainer and bootcamp expert here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I'm here today to help everyone with the 21-day detox challenge. This is a very popular program that sorry, that's my text, that we run probably about once a quarter. We've had actually our best success with weight loss with this program with the clients that I work with. So, um, I try to make sure that people know about it because it's a great opportunity. It's an education all in itself to be able to um, do this detox challenge for 21 days, a minimum of 21 days, I would say. And it just teaches you how to eat healthy. It teaches you about eliminating sugars from your diet and other things that may be sabotaging your health or your weight loss. So this is going to be, I'm really looking forward to telling you more about it. Looking forward to you being able to execute this program for the next 3 weeks because I know you're going to have great things to say about it. For those of you that don't know me, I'm going to put up a picture very quickly. This is me in each one of these pigs here, little collage. This is what I look like most of the time, if you see, except for maybe a little less muddy. Um, that's a joke. But yeah, I do like mud runs. It's one of my boot camp pictures when we ran a boot camp for Halloween. And me and my brother, and when I got to make an appearance on TV. So I actually wish I'd looked more like this most of the time, but that's when somebody else did my makeup and my hair was cooperating. So anyway, just so you know what I look like, because the people that you see on the detox manual are not me. They're friends of mine. And one, Justin here on the right, is a boot camp owner, very famous boot camp owner up in Wisconsin. And his wife is Janelle, who is the nutritionist piece of their program and came up with this plan that's helped a whole bunch of people um, all across the world now. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with this detox. And actually, I'll tell you another little story while I go down a couple pages. That we started this detox a little over a year ago, maybe like 15 months ago, and it was right after me and my daughter did the detox for the first time when my daughter was having health issues. So we experienced it firsthand, and we got a lot of great benefits from it. For those of you that know me, I'm not that big, but well, I'm not tall for one thing. I'm 4'11", and I actually lost 10 pounds in 5 weeks on this detox. We had to do a 6-week no sugar detox kind of deal, and 10 pounds on me was a lot. I mean, I really slimmed down quickly, and of course, I felt better and had a lot more energy. Felt great, and just started noticing the benefits, all the benefits of doing a program like this, even though it does take extreme determination and dedication, especially on the first few days to a week or so. So if you look at this first page, or it's not the first page, but this page number 4, just talking about, in general, why a 21-day detox, or this is also considered like an elimination type diet, why is it good for you? Most of us are just getting a lot of, toxins in our, in our daily food routine, and that could cause a whole lot more symptoms than you even realize until you actually eliminate those foods and those toxic ingredients that are in the foods for at least 3 weeks. So that's the thing with this diet, is you're going to learn how to phase back into a normal diet too. But that toxicity and inflammation is going to be, like they said, decreasing toxicity and decreasing inflammation going to be the key to effective long-term weight loss. And of course, it is a key for improved health, and understanding any symptoms that you might have that you might have never realized are actually coming from the foods that you eat. Okay, so I'm going to be scrolling down, and so I'm not going to, this is all great information just in general about toxicity, toxins that we eat every day. We're going to be detoxing your liver when you're eating healthy foods, and that's going to be a big deal as far as helping you get results with your weight loss and or just making you feel better. So you don't want your liver clogged and overtaken with toxins. It can't do a good job with everything else when that's the case. Okay. So this is general information. The inflammation is something that you really may notice if you have any type of bowel issues, what was I going to say, IBS, joint issues, arthritis. I noticed that my achy joints and knees, which are actually injured, almost decreased down to nothing when I got rid of dairy and wheat out of my diet. So you may have food sensitivities that you don't even know about. Food allergies. So the thing with this diet is that you're going to be eliminating any type of food that could possibly aggravate your, or be considered like maybe not a food allergy, but what we call a food intolerance. And so that's why even some foods that are considered good for you are actually eliminated on this diet, and then you're able to add them back in later. Okay, so you can see that quote there, all disease begins in the gut. So we're going to be taking care of your gut cleansing in some ways just by eating good foods and making sure you're able to digest everything that you're eating. We're going to be cutting out sugar, and so part of what we'll do today is we're going to go over everything that you're going to have to avoid, and then the things that you'll get to eat. That's the main, that'll be the main focus with the webinar today. If you look at this link right here, Sugar, the Bitter Truth, that is a great video, but I think it's an hour to an hour and a half long. But it really talks about the dangers of high fructose corn syrup and what sugar does to your body. So all sugars do have an effect on your body. You're going to be promoting a healthy hormonal response when you manage the blood sugar that you have in your bloodstream, which of course you'll be eating low carb and low sugar compared to the average American diet. Okay, and so that it will help your hormones. It will help your stress level. It will put you in a fat burning mode, which is the most amazing part. Like you're not going to be just losing weight. You're going to be losing fat, and so you can really tell it when you start losing fat. You start feeling everything firm up, and you feel leaner. You can actually feel your muscles more, especially if you're doing a boot camp type or strength training type workout. You really get where you can feel the difference. Okay, so we're going to get through some of this general information. It's all great, but I know some people get maybe a little glassy-eyed when we go over some of this. So we're going to go over the main part of the detox. I'm going to get to it. Okay, so the program. The thing about this program is there are actually 3 levels of the detox. And so far, with all the people that I've worked with, we have only promoted starting with level 1. So it says, if you currently eat grains, dairy, processed foods, or your average, or what they call standard American diet, it's highly recommended that you start with level 1. And so I think even, and it says here, unless you have a known autoimmune disorder, I think even if you have the autoimmune disorder, any type of autoimmune, you still may need to start at level 1 because you're going to get so many detox effects. And of course, it's an adjustment just doing the level 1 part of the program. And of course, level 2 and 3 are just more strict, and they cut out even more foods that could possibly aggravate some people. So we have all just done the level 1 detox, and that's what we're going to be talking about. So it is an elimination diet, and so it goes into more detail about what to do here, whether to go level 1, 2, or 3. But like I said, level 1 is what we're going to be talking about today. So it will tell you the difference in what you exclude between levels 1, 2, and 3, but I'm just going to read off that first paragraph. So with this detox, what you need to avoid, or what it excludes, are grains, which means you're not going to be eating wheat or any other type of flour product, wheat, rye, Ezekiel bread. That's even a healthier bread that has sprouted grains, and there's all types of different flours, and wheat of course is used most in our country. You're also going to be eliminating dairy, which means yogurt, milk, and cheese. Okay, and in my experience, everyone's had a harder time eliminating dairy than the wheat. Okay, then of course you're eliminating sugar, all types of sugars. Soy and corn, very important to eliminate. Not going to have any alcohol for this 21 days. And legumes, those are normally beans, except that they do include peanuts. So any kind of beans, canned beans, you're not going to eat those either. And you're not going to have white potatoes, okay? So what you're going to be eating is mostly going to be meats, vegetables, healthy fats, nuts, and seeds. And it does include all fruits, except for it does suggest only doing very limited portions of dried fruits. You can have sweet potatoes, and it also allows you to have winter squashes or starchy carbohydrates such as butternut squash. Okay, and that's going to be a lifesaver at some point too. All right, because those starches, having some good healthy carbs, being able to eat fruits, those are going to help keep you sane. And as you can see on the level 2 and 3, it just excludes, what does it say? You can only have green apples and green tipped bananas. Okay, so that means you're actually just limiting your sugars more. And so you just don't have, and you're going to have to limit your starchy carbohydrates. So we're not going to worry about that right now. Level 3, even more strict. So for that, only for the brave, that one's not easy to do. So for all food levels, you're going to be avoiding food additives such as carrageenan, MSG, sulfites, and nitrates, which would be in sandwich meats and bacon, even though there is a good brand of bacon that you could buy. And so I can tell you more about that in a little bit. Okay, you're actually not even going to make healthy treats with approved ingredients like pancakes, desserts, and all that, because we're just going to we're going to eat whole, real, unprocessed foods. So you're not really going to be baking and making a whole lot of recipes, although you will get some recipes for this this plan, but you basically won't be baking. Okay. So here's a good quote: "The food you eat can either be the safest and most powerful form of medicine or the slowest form of poison." And so you are going to be noticing some great effects from eating good, healthy foods on this program. You do see the note for vegetarians. So you can read over that if you're a vegetarian and just can't eat animal meat. But if you're having trouble losing weight, I would encourage you to try to use the meats if possible. Try to change things up, even if it's for just 21 days. Okay. No yogurt, not even organic yogurt. So that surprises some people. No soy. Soy and corn are both genetically modified GMOs. Okay. And so they're very bad. You're just going to avoid those at all costs. And there's so many processed foods that actually have some form of corn or soy in them, whether it's corn oil or soy protein isolate in your protein shakes, or just, it's everywhere. So soybean oil, I mean, it's just high fructose corn syrup. Yeah, there's just all kinds of bad ingredients made of corn or soy. Okay. All right. So if you notice, one thing with this this detox manual is that it's 45 pages long. I wouldn't recommend printing out all of it. You can, but there are some key pages that you'll want to print out. And so one of them, yeah, I'm going to go back just for a minute. Sure, you can print out this page number 12. It talks about what to exclude. And then you may want to print out this page, which is another just good one-page form. This is page number 14. This is level 1. That's the thing, is you want to print out all the level 1 information. So you're going to be attempting to eat 6 to 8 servings of vegetables a day. And notice how they classify a serving. Sometimes you may not realize that you're eating more than one serving of vegetables. If you cook something up, it's a vegetable that you like one serving is half of a cup of a cooked vegetable, or 1 cup raw. So you see all your choices there: asparagus, broccoli. We like Brussels sprouts. We actually use cauliflower a lot. We eat bell peppers. Not as much carrots and celery. I do use cucumbers. We use tomatoes in our eggs. Mushrooms. Even though I don't see mushrooms here. Oh, okay, let's see what. Of course, green beans. Um, Pumpkin is allowed on this diet. It's a starchy vegetable. Okay, so that actually I can give you a good recipe for pumpkin pancake. Excuse me. It doesn't have any flour in it. And notice sweet potatoes are going to be allowed, and that's going to be another lifesaver. So the one rule about how many, you'll see that fruit is listed next, that you can have 1 to 3 servings of fruits per day. And you may want to go by MyFitnessPal um, as to how much is a serving of fruit. Okay, I don't see it listed here, but I'll look for it again. But we just used to go by MyFitnessPal when we were being really strict about it. But if you have 2 servings of fruit in one day, then the recommendation is that you have at least twice that many servings of vegetables. So when you have 3 servings of fruit, it's very difficult to eat, 6 servings of vegetables in a day. So you have to watch that. But the recommended fruits are listed there. I would actually recommend going more with the tart fruits if you're really serious about weight loss. Okay. So we actually, when me and my daughter were on our detox, and we still do a lot of times, just go with these tart fruits like green apples, blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, every once in a while grapefruit, raspberries, sure, but we don't eat the sugarier fruits most of the time. And then you're actually gonna be eating a high-fat diet. So you're gonna need a fat at every meal. Of course, that's gonna be a good fat. So you may be cooking your meat or your vegetables in coconut oil, which is one of the big ones that you'll use. Possibly, maybe using olive oil on your salad. It's not recommended that you cook with olive oil a whole lot because it overheats and becomes a bad fat at that point. So that's why coconut oil is recommended. You can have nut butters, like we use almond butter and unsweetened almond butter. So that's another one that you'll be able to use that will fill you up. And of course, you can have like almonds, macadamia nuts, hazelnuts. Olives are actually not a bad snack if you like olives. Coconut butter, coconut milk, coconut meat or flakes. And sometimes those are used in different recipes. And actually, it's okay for you to use butter, but we just recommend organic butter. You'll see this ghee, Ghee. See that listed? That's clarified butter. You can go buy that at like a health food store, like maybe Trader Joe's or Earth Fare. But we just use organic butter, and even better would be grass-fed butter. And there's a brand at Target, actually. If I can just remember the name, I have it in my house, so I'll look it up in a second. But you're going to be cooking, excuse me, cooking possibly your meats, maybe marinating your meats in with some olive oil or cooking in coconut oil, and also your vegetables. So you'll probably get 2 servings of fat at each meal. But even with the marinades, like when I say marinade, I only use extra virgin olive oil, some garlic and onion, red wine vinegar, and sea salt and black pepper. So I don't have anything that would not be on the detox in the marinade, but that helps really, flavor the meat. So you're gonna be going for quality protein at each meal. Could be seafood, could be red meat. Of course, the good quality meats are recommended. Sometimes the budget wise, some people are not willing to buy the grass fed beef or those type of things. But I would try to get the best eggs you can get, free range eggs. Uncured bacon is actually at Aldi. I'm sure it's at Harris Teeter too. So if you look for uncured bacon, it's another one that you can have as a treat. I usually just recommend things like that, like twice a week if you're having bacon, or those meats that are they're not cured, but just little junkier type meats. And you're gonna be drinking a lot of water a day, at least half of your body weight. So if you weighed 200 pounds, you should be drinking 100 ounces of water a day. Okay, and you can have green tea and black tea, but the thing is, It's the sweeteners that you can't use. So it also shows you seasonings that you can use. So fresh and dried herbs and spices. Let's see here. Oh yeah, low sodium chicken, beef, or vegetable broth, black or white pepper, salsa, and sea salt, which also that includes sriracha. So you might like that on, if you're a sriracha fan. I'm gonna go up a little bit. So what not to eat with this level 1 plan? Taking a drink. Okay, so it excludes all grains, which would be wheat, rye, barley, oats, corn, rice, millet. And you see all the other ones listed. Even sprouted grains and quinoa. The sugars that you'll be avoiding, you see those listed, maple syrup, honey, agave, all those, what you call them, artificial sweeteners, none of it, okay? No alcohol, no beans, so that means no, no hummus even, things like that. No soy protein, soy sauce, miso, edamame, soy lecithin is one of those ingredients I was talking about. And then no dairy, so no cow, goat, or sheep's milk products, cream cheese, kefir, yogurt, sour cream, none of it. And you are actually supposed to cut out caffeine, which will be one of your more difficult tasks, but you'll be surprised how much better you feel in 2 or 3 days. No protein powders and no white potatoes. I think that they cut out protein powders because there's no way they can approve a protein powder that you get from GNC without you showing your ingredients. We do have 2 protein powders local to our area that are at Hunt for Wellness, which is right off of South Tryon, just down the road from us. And those 2 are Detox approved, so I can go over those 2 brands. They run out sometimes, but if you needed something as a snack, I do recommend the Pure Paleo from Designs for Health. That is a protein powder that has hydrolyzed beef in it, so it doesn't use whey protein isolate. That has a dairy component. And then there's also one with pea protein at Hunt for Wellness, so it's called Pure Pea. And just because there has, if your protein powder has pea protein in it, that's a good start, but you would need to approve the ingredients with me if you really want to be serious about this detox, because it could have something else in it that's not detox friendly, okay? But I do like a good protein powder if you are running short on snacks or time. You just got to have stuff with you. I'm going to go through this real quick, and that brings up another point that I think the biggest shock to us when we started doing this diet was that, you can't just leave your house for 2 or 3 or 4 hours at a time, or 5 or 6, half of a day without thinking about what you're going to eat. So, you can't get fast food. You have to either be close to your house or be able to cook stuff or bring stuff with you. And, at least fruits are really easy to take with you. Whole nuts, unsalted nuts are another good option, and we can go over more of that. But we really, had a teenager doing this diet with me, and that was the hardest part, was I couldn't send her out the door without making sure that I knew when she was coming back, what she was going to be able to eat, either, going out or just making sure that we had something. Leftovers were huge because you can't just go whip up a meal, right when you get home. You've been gone for 3 hours. It's going to take you another hour to put something up. So you got to have those leftovers. I'm reading this. Okay, hold on. It says I may be experiencing degraded audio quality in my recordings. Okay, I can't close anything else out. Unfortunately, let me know if you can't hear me that well. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm trying to look at this. Okay. So they do throw out some meal ideas here on this one sheet. Of course, we ate a lot of scrambled eggs for breakfast. I started sautéing mushrooms and onions, and then throwing them in the scrambled eggs. And I like just a good sea salt and pepper in my eggs. We did use bacon, but we were only allowed to use bacon twice a week, which I still recommend. But yeah, you can make a good omelet. Even on a Sunday, like a day like today, Sundays are great days to get some of your cooking done. So if you're really in a hurry, or if you like hard-boiled eggs, you can do a dozen hard-boiled eggs, and it is okay to eat the yolk. Okay, like I said, you're going to be eating a high-fat diet here. Then you have those hard-boiled eggs to take with you, whether it's for breakfast or lunch or a snack, a very filling snack, and they're done, and that should last you for a while. Um, there are recipes for like a breakfast scramble, and you might even find other recipes actually on Pinterest. This is where I became a fan of Pinterest, because I can look up a lot of times. This diet is very similar to paleo, so you could look up like a paleo egg scramble, and so you just have to make sure that the ingredients are detox friendly. But you can see that breakfast scramble listed there, just detox friendly foods listed in it. Of course, you're going to be eating some salad greens. But the thing with this detox is that you have to either make your own dressing, or you just use like olive oil and vinegar. We used olive oil and apple cider vinegar. We use a lot of red wine vinegar on things. And so you can't pick up or use just about anything in a bottle, unless it's got just one ingredient. So a lot of dressings, you'll notice, they have sugar in them. So thanks, Dan. Let me know you can hear me. Um, the thing that you're going to have to be looking at is, if you have a question about whether something is detox friendly or not, is you need to look at the label and look and see how many grams of sugar are in it. Okay, like something like mustard is actually okay because it just doesn't have any sugar, whereas something like ketchup is terrible. It's got a bunch of sugar in it. Or your ranch dressing, not going to be allowed. But I'm trying to think of other things. Like, we actually ate pickles and olives. Like I said, we use apple cider vinegar, olive oil, red wine vinegar, but those have no sugar. And even, every once in a while, some sandwich meat, if you get stuck without having anything, at least when you look at the label on the sandwich meat, there's less than a gram of sugar, even though there's junky stuff in it. So that's one of your main deals, is that you're going to be keeping your sugars very low. So if it has like more than a gram of sugar in it, you're actually not supposed to eat it. Okay. All right, let's see. So other meal ideas, I'm actually going to look over the recipes with you. But yeah, eggs are going to be a big hit. Leftovers are a big hit. You can see any of these with the blue that are highlighted in blue. If you click on it, it's going to take you to a recipe. Yeah, we ate a lot of course, we did our detox in June, so we ate a lot of salads for lunch with like grilled chicken, whatever meat, we made just simple hamburgers, hamburger patties, and ate with salads. So you can see there the taco salad. I mean, it literally is a salad because you don't have the corn chips with it. Ooh, homemade chicken salad. I actually have made this too, because I made it with a safflower oil type of salad dressing, so it didn't have soybean oil in it. Okay, so you'll see that chicken avocado salad. That looks great, and I haven't actually tried that one. So avocados, of course, that's going to be a good fat. You can use guacamole. You might be able to dip like some red bell peppers or some cucumbers, some type of raw vegetable in guacamole. So it's trying to give you other ideas. Some people went with a vegetable soup type deal and made a whole bunch of soup in a crock pot, especially this time of year when it's going to start getting cooler. We're going to be able to switch menus as far as our foods and have some, warm foods that are going to taste great. And, your really dinners are going to be still meats and vegetables with some good fats, whether it's salmon. They've got roasted spaghetti squash here. That wasn't one I tried. Chicken. These meatball recipes are great. Snacks, I think, are a big deal. That's always what we struggled with, but we just had certain ones we went back to. So you might have, we actually wouldn't buy a bag of those green apple slices at the grocery store because they're already cut up, and use like an almond butter, and that's a really filling snack. So love that snack. Of course, hard-boiled eggs. I do use almonds as a snack. So you got almonds, almond butter. I mean, I have my certain ones, but you know, you can't have the traditional cheese stick, or you can have any kind of fruit, but of course it's better if you get something with a little more substance to it to hold you over. Okay, here's another thing about portion sizes with this note here on this page, is that if you're eating the right foods for you in the right amounts, you may not even need a snack. So you're actually going to try to eat a good square meal. They recommend having, 4 or 5 hours in between meals. So you might not need that snack. If you're not that hungry and you get full really easily, which you very easily may do, on the first couple of days, you're going to notice your appetite is going to go way down, because a lot of those sugars you're eating that you may not even realize, they may be hidden sugars, are actually fueling your appetite. So you're not going to believe how low your calories are going to be on your first few days. But when you get your appetite back, you try to eat more at one meal. Combine your proteins, your vegetables, and your good fats. They want is for you to spread your meals out 4 to 5 hours apart, so that you get to digest all your foods. Okay. So, I mean, but another thing about this diet is basically you can eat whenever you're hungry, as long as you're eating foods that are detox friendly. So, you don't have to worry. It is great to log your foods on MyFitnessPal. That'll give you a good idea of how well you're actually doing. But when you're hungry, just eat. You do not have to starve on this diet. Okay, here's the cool thing about this 21-day detox. You see the grocery shopping list, and so notice you got to get the one that says level 1, but basically anything on this page is detox approved for level 1. And so you could actually print one of these out and circle what you're going to go shopping for. So all the foods on that list are allowed on the detox. So it lists a lot of different choices for your vegetables and your fruits. Tells you the good fats, animal fats are okay, coconut oil, extra virgin olive oil, clarified butter, and I'm saying organic butter is fine also, avocados, nuts that aren't roasted. I'm okay with the almonds and almond butter all the time, but you do want to get a good brand of almond butter. And nuts and seeds are fine. So notice, see, there's a level 2 grocery list and level 3 grocery list, so we don't need to look at those right now. Okay, it does tell you how to eat if you are going to a workout program, so you can check that out, but usually I just tell my boot campers to eat like an hour to hour and a half before they come in. And, you don't want something that's too light, but you also don't want it to be too heavy. So we're going to strive to eat 3 meals a day. And I'm going to pause in just a minute, because I don't want to feel like I'm talking the whole time without any questions. Okay, so you're going to be trying to give your digestive system a break by allowing more time between meals. Yeah, let me look. I'm going to pause for just a second to see how we're doing so far. Okay, so like Jan's asking me, and I know there's a lot of people that are going to ask this question. Can you have coffee without sugar, just black coffee? What they really want you to do on this is they actually want you to go without caffeine. Some people just aren't willing to do that. I would say try it at first for 3 days, without your coffee, and see how you feel. But if you absolutely just feel like, if you got a tough job like I do, and you got to have energy at all times, and you just feel like there's no way you can do without the caffeine, sure, I mean, you would do your coffee without the sugar or the cream, unfortunately. But you'll be very surprised, like, caffeine actually creates a very vicious cycle. And so if you get where you're going without it, you may not need it. Of course, we just know it's one of our comfort foods. We all love it. It's not a food, but I know. I definitely hear where you're coming from. Okay, other questions. Be thinking about other questions you have. We just talked about how much to eat, and that always depends on, your ideal weight. You're going to be eating a lot of protein on this diet, and actually if you log it on MyFitnessPal, you're going to see that your fats are going to be anywhere between 50 to 60%. But they want you to have like that palm-sized portion of protein, and then you're going to be filling up the rest of that plate with your vegetables. And notice this line in bold right here. If you roast any vegetable in coconut oil and Himalayan sea salt, they taste great. So hopefully you'll try some new foods for this detox, and you'll find some new yummy stuff that you'll be excited about eating. Okay, it tells you the portions for healthy fats in case you need the recommended portions, but 1 to 2 tablespoons of coconut or olive oil, 1 to 2 tablespoons of the nut butter, closed handful of nuts and seeds. I mean, I actually count out my almonds because I know that 24 raw almonds are 1 serving. Fat is your friend. It doesn't make you fat. It will actually help your liver rinse out the bad fats. And so you actually need fat for your hormones and for fat loss. Notice how they're saying fruit 1 to 2 servings a day. And keep in mind that a whole banana is 2 servings. Okay, so that's interesting. A half to 3/4 of a cup of berries is what they're saying is a serving. But they're even recommending a 3 to 1 ratio of vegetables to fruit. So that's even tougher. Like 2 to 1 is hard enough. You cannot drink your fruit juice. Okay. You want the fiber, you want the fruit. So orange juice is out. And yeah, and the smoothies, yeah, if you need to, you can do that. But like a lot of ways people make their smoothies, they're just too full of sugar. They're just concentrated sugar. There is such thing as a protein smoothie, but that may be different. But you may need to ask about whether your smoothie would be recommended as a meal or not. All right. Lifestyle modifications. You can continue your exercise routine, and you're going to be in major fat burning mode if you do. They do encourage short 10-minute walks each day or one 30-minute walk, and it just helps you detox a lot of times and feel better. Okay. Oh, okay. Now another thing that this is actually something I didn't try, but a lot of my clients really swear by this detox bath. And notice she's got it in all capitals, her favorite. Take this detox bath 2 to 3 times per week. You get the water as hot as you can, and you put 2 cups of Epsom salt, some baking soda, and if you have 10 drops of lavender in it, then you can get that lavender at most likely a place like Earth Fare or a health food store. Or yeah, you know what I'm talking about, like Nature's Cupboard, or I forget the name of the one here in Fort Mill. But anyway, the benefits of this detox, doing it at night, I mean, people just love them. It makes you feel so much better. You de-stress by decreasing your cortisol level, and that helps you lose weight. It lowers inflammation. You have increased detox through the effects of the magnesium and sulfur and the Epsom salt. It helps with your sleep between the hot bath and the magnesium, lowers blood pressure, lowers blood sugar levels. It does increase your sweating and elimination of toxins, okay? And so you can try some of those other ingredients, but so many people have told me how much they love their detox bath that they actually continue that as part of their routine. I mean, some of them for like a year now. Okay, let me check Jan's question real quick. God, I wish I could see it. Hold on. Pull it out. All right, Jan, hang on a second. I just can't read it. It's like in tiny little letters. Expand. Okay. Coconut water actually should be fine. That's one of those healthy waters. You may want to check the ingredients, but I don't think they sweeten it a whole lot. If it's just got water and the fats of the coconut, that's good. But yeah, if you have any issues, and I'm going to offer this to everybody, but anybody that's on this 21-day detox, if you ever have questions, take a picture of the label on the back, okay, with the nutritional information and the ingredients, and then just text it to me. I'll put my phone number up before we're done, and so that way you've got access to me and can answer, and I can answer your questions as to whether it's going to work. All right. Okay. Let's see what else we need to talk about here. They start getting into these environmental toxins, and to me, at this point, we really want to focus on your foods, and there's so much more, things you could be putting on your skin that are terrible for you, but, sometimes that's just a little too much. I mean, people, it's just information overload at this point is what I've experienced. So, let's not worry about that right now, but obviously the more natural your products are, the better that you put on, use for your shampoo and your soap and your detergent. I mean, you're putting stuff on your skin that is being absorbed straight through your skin. So that can be not too good sometimes. All right, here's another huge one: how to eat out. Last summer, my daughter had to travel, um, go see her dad over the summer for a few weeks, and so she had to learn how to eat out, detox friendly. And so basically, you do try to avoid eating out if possible. You do have to ask questions, but almost every restaurant these days, you can get some kind of grilled chicken or healthy cooked meat. You do have to ask what it's cooked in a lot of times, but if you can just get it grilled plain, you'll be fine. And of course, a lot of times they can grill or like vegetables or steamed broccoli, that kind of thing, or you can get your salad. So, even a steak, would be fine, but it's just the tricky part is sometimes the waiters and waitresses don't even know how the meat is cooked. And so, but what, worst comes to worst, if you're eating meat and vegetables, you're pretty much safe. But of course, sometimes those meats are marinated and, just cooked in stuff that you wouldn't have eaten if you weren't out. So, it's not going to kill you, but, because see, they may have been, looking down here at number 8, they may have been marinated in a soybean oil, canola oil, something that has gluten. But, most likely the meat is going to be very low, even if it's marinated, will be very low in sugar. And the vegetables, if you get them steamed or grilled, probably going to be fine. But if they're in a sauce, then that's probably not good. So obviously you're going to be skipping the bread basket. It does say be careful of the marinated sauces and breading. You definitely don't want breading. You're not going to eat the starches, not the bread, not the rice. You can substitute with the steamed vegetables or salad. So let's see here. Yeah, it says any restaurant, like right here, number 8, can accommodate you by asking for a plain serving of chicken, beef, fish, or pork without the marinade or sauce or breading. So those are good suggestions there. Sometimes, yeah, if you're not able to bring your own dressing, you can ask for olive oil and use lemons for your dressing. Or yeah, you may be able to get like an olive oil and a vinegar possibly, but you don't want the balsamic vinaigrette, okay, because it's actually got some sugar in it. Tips for travel. Yeah, you'll need to have some meals with you. You need to have some healthy snacks. You need to be able to cook, because we went to the beach and, gosh, we had to cook everything. Had to go without all the junk food at the beach, so that was traumatizing and a lot of work. It does recommend cleaning out your pantry and fridge of all the bad stuff, because if you're looking at it, if it's in your house, you're probably going to eat it. So don't try to go on willpower. Plan out 1 week of meals if you can, at least 2 or 3 days. I mean, we eat a lot of fresh vegetables, so I have to go to the store at least every 2 to 3 days. But if you don't plan, if you fail to plan, then you will fail, as the saying goes. So I hope you're able to go out today and do your grocery shopping. Like it says here on number 4, you're going to have some go-to meals that you're probably going to go to when you don't know what else to eat. So, you're going to have to find your favorites. But I also recommend looking at some of these recipes, so I'm going to go through those in just a minute. Jan, do you have any other questions right now? Let's see here. How's it looking so far? Kind of trying to pull this thing out. Just expand that. Okay, so far. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I'm answering questions. Okay, we are going, yeah, and it even recommends breaking up with your scale for 21 days. We get so obsessed with the scale. Now, you are going to lose 3 to 4 pounds of water weight within your first 2 to 3 days. And, of course, that would go right back up if you ate the carbs that you normally eat. So you'll get some great results in the first week. And then, of course, it's going to slow down a little bit, but you're going to be losing fat And we've seen people lose, several inches on this 21-day plan. And of course, I recommend doing it for 6 weeks because I know at that 3-week point, I was still having cravings and I just didn't have those habits locked in yet. But we had to do ours for 6 weeks. And by the time, we were at 6 weeks, we were just locked in. I mean, we were just used to eating the way, that we had to eat. And then it becomes more of a lifestyle. So another couple of things that I need you to, okay, Jen just asked about Crystal Light. No, Crystal Light, I think if you look at the ingredients, I don't have one in front of me, but, a lot of artificial ingredients. And you're trying to go without those artificial sweeteners too. And so unfortunately not. So you are going to be drinking a lot of water. The coconut water might be a good option. We actually made a homemade lemonade where you just, what'd you call it, like juice your lemons. And I do approve of stevia as a sweetener, but it's actually got to be the right type of stevia. It's either got to be the liquid stevia that is um, basically concentrated stevia, or sweet leaf is the other recommended stevia. And there are other stevias out there that are bad. So most likely if you're getting it don't buy it from a grocery store, because Truvia is bad, and stevia in the raw is bad. So only sweet leaf or the liquid drops from a health food store, or you can actually make a homemade lemonade with just lemon juice and stevia. And so that's a drink you could have, and you might actually like it. Okay, things to expect though. This you really need to know what to expect, how you're going to feel, because, and this hits at different times, but with me and my daughter, it was day 3 where all of a sudden you either feel like you've got the flu or you don't even feel like you can get out of bed. I mean, you are going to hit a detox point at some point, anywhere from the 3rd day to the 7th day. I mean, some people it takes over a week. Everybody's body is different. But it says you will most likely feel worse before you feel better on this, for days 1 through 7. But you will feel better if you just stick with it. And for me, I always think of it as, it's your body showing you that you are actually doing things right and that the detox is working. Because when you do detox, you start eating healthier foods, your body then knows that it can let go of other things that are, it's actually purging some bad stuff out of your internal organs, out of your liver, and that stuff is going into your bloodstream, and that is when you start feeling like crap. So it's not because you're eating healthy that's making you feel like crap. It's all the other stuff when you weren't eating healthy that was stored in those organs. Your body's actually letting go of it, and you are physically detoxing, and you might have a headache. I mean, it says that here the most common thing people experience is, okay, you're going to have sugar cravings, all right? And actually along those lines, supplements such as 5-HTP and glutamine can help with this, okay? You may feel like you have the flu. You may be tired. You may be constipated. Make sure you're pushing your water. You can take a fiber supplement if you need to, but actually really once you start eating lots of fruits and vegetables and drink a lot of water, hopefully that part will get better, but you can take a fiber supplement. Days 8 to 14, that's when they're saying for most people you start to feel like you have more energy, you're sleeping better, you are starting to get less sugar cravings, okay? So your digestive system may be going better. You may be experiencing less GI stress, such as gas, bloating, diarrhea, or constipation. And sometimes that takes longer. Like really, everybody's different, okay? When you're approaching 14 days, you might start to get the feeling like you're done, but you might get tired of some of the foods that you're eating. Look at those recipes, and the 3rd week, obviously you should still be feeling really good, but and you might be feeling like, oh, I got this now, but don't stop. Don't stop before the 21st day. And like I said, I really recommend, especially if you're looking for weight loss on this plan, I recommend doing 6 weeks. If you're looking for more of the health effects, then you're going to want to follow the routine that it suggests for after the detox, and it tells you what foods to add in. So in other words, you're not going to be going crazy and just eating pizza on the first day after the detox. You actually add like one food at a time, and you get off the detox very slowly. Okay, so there is a protocol, and so you want to follow it. Don't quit on day 19 or 20. At least go through day 21. And I was talking about something else. I got to remember where I was at. Okay, so it did give you a couple of supplements. Oh yeah, we were going to talk about the recipes a little bit. You're not going to believe how much better you're going to feel. Okay, so read some of those FAQs because those are frequently asked questions. Now I'm going to just click on the recipes here real quick and just show you. Got to find them first. Wait a minute. Get rid of that, get rid of that, that. I had them pulled up maybe. Here it is. It's a Word document. Okay. And let me make sure you can you see my screen? Okay. So I'll go over some of the ones that were popular with our boot campers, but I believe this breakfast casserole is actually really well liked by our boot campers. And notice when you make something like this, you've got 4 to 6 servings. So it's either, if it's either just you or you and your spouse, this recipe will last you for a little while. It's very tasty. These are fall recipes, and so it's getting to be that time of year. I actually really like the pulled pork, and my kids really like it too. This time of year, very tasty, lots of spices. I don't think I've tried the sausage egg pizza, so I'm gonna skip that one. But all of them are so yummy. A lot of people love these chicken lettuce cups. Okay, a lot of these recipes are really simple. They don't take too many ingredients. We actually eat cauliflower, but we use it in what you call mashed potatoes, and you can look that up on Pinterest. But you know, with our cauliflower recipe, we cook it or steam it, and then we mash it up, and then we put butter and salt, and it tastes just like mashed potatoes. I think a lot of people like this lazy pot roast, even though I haven't tried it. The meatballs are great. A lot of people like those. See, these are good fall recipes. I haven't tried the salmon cakes either. Gosh, you'd think I'd be more adventurous. I do have other recipes on Pinterest, though, if you want to friend me on Pinterest. The breakfast hash is one of the ones I think that actually was really hard to get to come out right. It came out a little soupy the first time we made it, but then again, somebody made it like it was delicious with these apples and cinnamon. But it's a weird combination. You see the sausage and spinach and onion, but sweet potato, apple, cinnamon. So, you know, a mix of flavors. Okay, I haven't tried that one. Shepherd's pie, another one of our boot campers' favorites. She makes it every week, and it lasts them. We have leftovers for a long time, and it's yummy with the turkey, celery, you know, chicken broth, all that stuff. So there's a natural applesauce. I'll show you how to make that. I haven't tried that one. Oh, so to also tell you how to make homemade ketchup if you need it. Homemade mayo. Okay. I don't remember about the ginger garlic chicken. No, we've been trying other recipes here lately. Ooh, coconut shrimp spaghetti squash. I don't know much about that either. Sorry. Yeah, we do slow cooker chicken. That's just easy. With thyme and rosemary. Okay, so that's a little fruit type snack. Almost like a jello, it looks like. Haven't tried that one. Well, if you have a sweet tooth, that might be something to look at. I believe, excuse me, the chicken fingers were also popular with our clients. So I'm trying to think about other things that you need to know. Are there any other questions you can think of right now? I know I'm going to try to keep this under an hour too, so we're running out of time. But the thing about this detox is it is a lot of new information. It's such a huge adjustment for people that are just trying it for the first time that I know that you're going to have questions. When you go to the grocery store, you're going to have questions. So actually, I'm going to type in my phone number right here. You want to make sure you have my cell phone so that you can contact me when you need to. I'm going to enter that. Okay. And so that way you can, if you want to show me some ingredients where I can approve or disapprove of something that you're just not sure about, definitely let me know. So I'm only a text away. I mean, if I can't get back to your text, that means I'm probably, running a workout or driving, which I do drive a lot. But I'll get back with you as soon as I can. Trying to think if there's anything I haven't covered. Are there any other questions? I'm very excited for you. If you don't live in the Charlotte area, I would recommend taking your weight today and also checking your waist measurement, possibly your hips or thighs, and just record those measurements. If you have a body fat scale, you can record your body fat. And so take those initial, for my boot campers, we usually do initial measurements, especially before they start the detox. Take those now and do them later in 3 weeks, and you'll be astounded most of the time, just astounded at the difference. I know you're going to feel better, but boy, does it make a difference when you're working out and doing strength training and or cardio while you're doing this detox. By the way, you might feel a whole lot more tired, and your energy levels might be down at times. You might get tired a little faster because your body is literally getting used to burning fat instead of carbs. So that's a big adjustment. That can actually take 2 to 4 weeks for your body to adjust to that. But you are going to be in major fat burning mode as far as, for those that are interested in losing weight. That is going to be huge, and it's really going to show you how much sugar that you had in your diet before that, you're going to have to cut out for these 3 weeks. So let's try to get ready. Let's take our time to go grocery shopping for the rest of the day and start cooking some foods. I've already got my grilled chicken cooked. I'm going to start steaming some broccoli. I'm going to do some Brussels sprouts, which I do roasted, and that'll get us through a couple days. So good luck, and definitely let me know if you have any questions. All right, I hope to hear from you soon. Bye, everybody.